30 days so far. I am so excited that I've gotten the chance to sit down with you and just chat and talk wedding stuff. Yay! I still have a hard time believing that I'm engaged and I'm about to marry the love of my life in less than 6 months. So exciting. We're not talking about like the actual day. We're trying to keep that a secret. So one day you'll just pop on here on Instagram and then you'll see that we're married. So super excited. But I really wanted to sit down and make this video because Brandon and I, we are planning a wedding on a budget. We don't have unlimited resources to just plan our day, and I never realized how expensive weddings were. I mean, I know I heard talk before that they are expensive. Everyone knows they're expensive, but I didn't realize how super expensive they actually were. I just never even imagined. And as I've started like reaching out to vendors and touring venues, it really became so prevalent that it's a lot of money. It's just so much money. So I wanted to share the tips that I've come across to planning a wedding on a budget. So I just really want to help anyone else out who is planning their big day as well. It is such a beautiful time in your life, and it's gonna be the best day ever no matter what your budget is, no matter where you have it, no matter if it rains or if it shines. It's gonna be the best day ever. But I did of course want to share these tips to help you out in any way possible. So the first tip that I have to planning a wedding on a budget is to don't send save the dates. Brandon, when I told him this, he was like, oh, you want to save the dates? Get it, like save money on save the dates? I thought it was funny. He said it a lot better than I just did. But for us, since our wedding is, way less than a year away, we feel that save the dates aren't necessarily crucial, and all the people that we want at our wedding pretty much already know the date anyways, just because we told them, through seeing them or just texting them. I texted a lot of my friends like, oh, mark your calendar for so-and-so date. So I feel like that's almost not more personal at all, but like I feel like that's really sweet. Like people are still gonna be excited about it and they still will mark their calendar, and they don't necessarily need that paper card in the mail saying like, oh, save the date. I do think they're beautiful, but we just figured that since it is so close, it's not a super short engagement by any means, but since the wedding is far less than a year away, then they're not really necessary, and that probably saved us a good $300 at least, I think, because when you think about it, you have to print them all out, and then you have to send them with stamps and have the envelopes and all that. So it also is very time consuming as well. So it just wasn't a huge priority for us. So that is one great way to save some money right off the bat. Okay, the next one, I had never really thought about this until I started reaching out to photographers, but photographers are so expensive for weddings, which I totally understand. I mean, it's a whole lot for them to take wedding photos and then edit them. It's definitely a huge job and a huge part of weddings, so there's also a lot of pressure involved with that too. But wow, they're so expensive. All the photographers I were looking at were well over $2,000, so a pretty penny for sure. So what I read about is asking photographers if they offer a la carte services, which is so brilliant because for us, we don't really need engagement photos because one, we already have a billion photos together, and two, I do want to take engagement photos, but we'll probably do it with a different photographer than our actual wedding photographer, and I wanted to wait to do this until it cools down because we're living in Florida in the heat of summer, so I wanted to wait on that too. And for the engagement photos, I want them to be like more lifestyle-esque and not as posy, so I wanted to make sure to work with a photographer who did that. So for us, like, we really didn't want a wedding photographer package. So when I found out that photographers do a la carte, it was perfect. So basically, many photographers won't list that they do a la carte. Maybe they will, maybe they won't on their website. But when I started finding photographers I liked, I just emailed them saying, hi, do you do a la carte? Are you available for this day? And all of the photographers that I asked, they said they did. So super great. So they'll usually just charge you by the hour. And for us, we're gonna have our photographer be there for 4 or 5 hours because we will have a videographer there. And basically what I want photos of is the getting ready part, the ceremony, during the cocktail hour when we take all our post pictures and stuff, and then the first dance. And those are like the main points of pictures I want. And during cocktail hour, I plan to get all my family photos and stuff. So that's definitely crucial. But during the reception of people dancing and stuff, I don't really need like hundreds of pictures of people dancing. Of course it's cute and stuff to look through it, but you're not gonna hang pictures of like your friends dancing at your wedding all over your house, you know? It's just, for the video, I definitely want video of that because that's gonna be so fun to watch, like everyone dancing and having a great time, but we don't really need pictures like hung up of there. So, and we could always take stills of the video if there's a really funny expression or anything like that. So I feel pretty good about that decision. I just pray it doesn't rain. Something that we probably will stretch our budget on is getting a tent because our wedding is mainly outside in Florida. I know, we're crazy, but we're probably gonna get a tent just for peace of mind, and that is a pretty penny. So if there's another like tangent budget saving idea is to make sure you have an indoor venue so you don't have to buy a tent because those can be like $2,000. So fun stuff. Okay, next thing. Okay, this one's kind of sad, but it's also good. So one thing is consider not having a bridal party. So I definitely have mixed feelings about this because obviously my friends are important to me and it's so special to have the people you love surrounding you on your big day, like the biggest day of your life. But as Brandon and I were just like getting ready and talking about this more, it became kind of stressful, and it is quite the ordeal to ask people to be your bridesmaids, and it's all super fun and stuff. But I think what we've decided, we're still talking about it a little more, but I believe what we're gonna do is I'm still gonna have a bachelorette party and ask all my friends to go dress shopping with me next weekend, and also get ready with me the day of the wedding in the bridal suite. But I don't think I'm gonna have a formal bridal party because I don't know, I don't want people to have to buy all this dresses and all this stuff. So I think we're gonna be more casual with our bridal party. We'll still have our people there, like nice and close to us, but we're gonna keep it a little tight. And then honestly, that's one less thing to worry about. I've just been trying to eliminate anything that kind of stresses me out from the wedding planning and just focusing on things that really bring us joy and really, really will make our day stressful. And sometimes the less things that you have to do is better, so you can just enjoy it and not stress out about any component of your wedding day. The next tip is consider doing your own hair and makeup. So for me, I am definitely not an expert at doing hair or makeup, and I'm going to try to have someone help me with my hair on my wedding day for sure, because I feel better about makeup than hair. But I am gonna try to do my own makeup. I'm gonna practice before, of course, but this can honestly save so much money. So that's definitely something to consider. And I mean, it depends on your skill level. If you feel really confident doing your hair and makeup, by all means, I would. And for makeup especially, I definitely tend to gravitate towards a more natural makeup look. So sometimes I feel like when I get my makeup done, it just does not look natural or even look like me because there's just so much makeup on. And of course it's beautiful and they're doing their art, but I do want to look like myself and I do want to look natural on my wedding day. So I think I'm going to do my own makeup, but I think I'll hire someone to do my own hair so I'm able to at least save money on the makeup portion of it all. Okay, the next tip, kind of obvious, I wrote in my notes. DIY, duh. So DIY, do it yourself. There will definitely be quite a bit of DIYs at my wedding. If you know me, you know I love to craft. So I'm having so much fun doing crafts already. I could not wait to show you guys. Would you like to see kind of a crafting wedding DIY? tutorial, because I definitely can film that for you if you would like. So I'm going to try to do a lot of those components, and honestly DIYs can add up if you start going too crazy. I'm trying to hold myself back from needing a U-Haul for my wedding day, because that's how my ideas go. They just go so big. So I'm going to try to keep it a little more simple and not stress out, because we won't have too much time to decorate and get the venue ready before like I have to get ready. So yeah, I'm gonna try to keep it a little more subtle, and I am having someone help me with that component, with the decorations as well, so I'm so thankful for that. But DIYs is definitely a great way to go. And even with the flowers, like we're gonna try to bring a lot of our own flowers from Trader Joe's, or even some fake flowers from Joann's or Michael's, because I get coupons from them. If you guys aren't getting coupons from them, I highly suggest signing up for their email or text. I get a lot of texts from Joann's. Seriously, every week I have a different coupon, and sometimes there's 60% off one item or 50% off one item, so that's a really great coupon. So that will help you save a lot of dough. Okay, another thing is have your guests RSVP online. So basically what we plan to do is we're going to send out paper invites, but we won't have a little card in the invites where they have to RSVP and then send it back, because one, the little cards cost extra money, and you have to get extra envelopes for the little cards that they can send back, and you have to give them stamps, so it just adds up so quickly. Plus, I don't think it's really convenient for your guests to have to mail out something. Not that that's super hard at all. It's really not. But I mean, it does take more effort than RSVPing online, and you never know if it could get lost in the mail. So we're definitely going to try to go with that route. And Minted.com and TheKnot.com, they offer free wedding websites, so we're definitely going to make one of those to just make everything simple and streamline everything. So really excited to build that out, and then have my guests go on there and read our story, read about the day, and all that fun stuff. Last but certainly not least, my last tip is to ditch the alcohol. So totally gonna vary on your priorities, and I don't know what your family, like if your family loves alcohol and loves the fun drinks and stuff, then definitely you might want to have that there. But for us, it's just not a huge priority. I think we might get some canned rosé or canned, maybe some bottles of beer and stuff to put in coolers like around the food and just out and about around our venue. It's a more casual venue, so I think that could work really nicely. So we might do that just to kind of cut on costs, and you can get a bunch of that stuff at Costco in bulk, so that would save a whole lot of money. But alcohol is one of the most expensive things about weddings, especially if you have an open bar. So if you're definitely on a budget, I would try to recommend to kind of cut that out if you can. But if that's a big part and what gets you excited, then definitely you gotta, that's the whole thing that I'm realizing about this. You gotta do what makes you happy and what you think your guests will like, because yes, our wedding day is about us, but I also want our guests to be so happy and have such a great time, because I feel like it's such a good opportunity to bring everyone together and just show them how much you love and appreciate their support in your life as well. So yeah, overall, I'm just really enjoying this season of life, being engaged, I still can't believe it, and planning a wedding. I really will miss planning a wedding. It definitely has had its stressful moments, but overall it's been such a joy, and I'm just so thankful for all the blessings in my life. And if you're planning a wedding, maybe that's why you're watching this video, I hope you just soak up this sweet time of life and you enjoy every step of it. But thank you guys for watching. That is all my tips for you, but I will see you very soon. Bye!
There, my honey, we might not have any money, but we've got our love to pay the bills.